And so when people ask me, what advice do you have for a young person, male or female? I'd say you better choose your friends carefully, very, very carefully. Hello, Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show, broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona. And we have a very important show today. Very dear, one of the best friends of all is Ken McElroy. But the question Ken and I are asked all the time, especially from younger guys wanting to come up, they say, what advice do you have for young people, male or female? What advice do you have? I mean, how do we advance through life? And the answer is always the same. It says, you've got to choose your friends carefully. You know, if your friends are losers, the odds are you're a loser. So that, you know, they say that somebody said, I don't know who said it. Look at your 5 friends. Are they rich or poor? Are they winners or are they losers? Like when I was in high school, I knew my friends were great guys. You know, we're all surfers. But when I graduated, they were entrepreneurs. Like, you know, Kenny and I are entrepreneurs. But my classmates were entrepreneurs in what they call tropical agriculture. They were growing marijuana and selling it, and they're rich as hell. You know, so they're rich guys, but they're outlaws. They're criminals. And I just stopped hanging around with them. And they did drugs all the time. I don't do drugs. So I drink a lot of beer and vodka, but I stay away from anything criminal. So we're going to talk today about is how important your friends are, but more important, who and what your friends are is what do they do in their spare time. So Kenny, thank you for the years and years and years and years of friendship. I mean, almost 30 years now.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a heck of a ride, honestly, starting with that little purple book and going all over the world with you guys. And what a blessing it's been for me.
Yeah. And I can honestly say Kenny has made me a multi-millionaire because when I was doing real estate deals, you know, I was doing I think my biggest deal was 18 units, 18. But there's a limitation to what one man can do. 18 units was my limit. So Kenny, how many apartments have you got under your belt?
We've got about 10,000 right now, and we've done about 3 billion in transactions over. I'm in my 24th year of business, so we've been doing this a while. And you always start small. There's nothing wrong with that. I started with a 2-bedroom, 2-bath myself, using my own money, and then it's the same process. You just get bigger and bigger properties is all.
Yeah. And so when people ask me, what advice do you have for a young person, male or female? I'd say you better choose your friends carefully, very, very carefully. So Kenny and I just last week he flew in his jet, we're laughing about that. What's the goal of every entrepreneur? Well, your own jet, of course, but it's used in business. It's a business expense and all that. And once you have your own jet, it's hard to fly commercial. But anyway, so Kenny and I climb on his jet with 2 other guys. But this is the whole juxtaposition of this show. Kenny, what did the 4 of us do immediately when we got on your jet?
Yeah, well, it's always the same, by the way. It's what are you reading? What are you listening to? And what are you studying? Honestly, almost every single time in my life when I'm with you, Robert, even over a phone call, that's always the topic. I mean, some people may or may not know, every single week we send out a video. There's a big, powerful group we've got. We do a Zoom, and we study a new video every single week. And so we're constantly studying. And so when we got on the jet, everybody pulled these books out of there. I was actually reading the Communist Manifesto. Yeah, Russ was reading something on Bitcoin. I think it was called the Bitcoin Standard. Josh was reading the YouTube solution or YouTube formula. And Robert, you had, 3 or 4 books. And we all just pulled them out and we just started talking.
Yeah. And the book I was telling was the book called When Money Destroys Nations. And it's what happens when a country starts printing money like Zimbabwe did, which went down. And now America is doing the same thing right now. We're going down because we print money. So that's our study. And that's the whole kind of the theme of today's Rich Dad Radio show is if you want new friends, go to different places, but choose where they hang out.